All right, so we are starting now. So as people are coming in, let's see. Ding, 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 ding. All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night to different people from different parts of the world. This is today will be Lloyd. That's me and Alexis. So we'll be conducting both the fundamental and technical, and possibly we might be chatting a bit about Go. Look, I really hope you had a good run on Go. Um, before I dive into the analysis. Yeah, so I was just telling Alexis that I had a good run just this week. That I had a good run of 1 to 6. So I threw my stop loss. It went all the way to the high of 1 to 8, and then it hit my stop loss at 1 to 6. Yeah, I was really hoping that it might go up to way to 1 to 10. Now, personally, this time around, I just trust the news. A lot of analysts have been saying that go will go to 4,005. So I'm really hoping that I can put in another position in Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Any of you had a good run on Go, which is uh more than 1 to 10? Okay, I'll be a bit probably more realistic, at least a 1 to 3. Lexis, do you have anything that's or several in your case several position that might be near to that?
I think you asked me that question because you probably know how I trade lah. Very hard for me to do 1 to 3, but I have yes several positions of 1:1, 1:1, 1:1, 1:2. Yeah, it's just my nature. I get up before you turn, so it's a it's a
Precisely,
personality.
precisely is the way we trade differently. I might have one trade of 1 to 6. You might have 10 trade of 1 to 1.
I've been yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost it's a very I think it's very easy if you trade with your personality. I think because then it takes all the worrying, when the thing retraces, it takes all the anxiousness out of trading. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thing about trading. The way you trade that takes the frustration out of it.
KW in demo mode 20 times RR, real life 5 times. So that means your real life compared to your mental expectation of yourself is only, can I say, you only live up to 25% of your own expectation.
This this kind of thing only like that to say. Okay.
Hey, that's our trading psychology. That means you got 75% more to improve. All right, so without further ado, let me jump to my own analysis. Okay. So, all right, so my wait, why am I jumping around? Did I just cancel my own da 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 da? Okay, yeah. All right, so for this week, as usual, my currency index analysis, I will follow on the indices. And just a quick summary is that I am bullish on euro and Aussie. I'm bearish on dollar and pound. So I think the interesting pair will be actually euro and pound because all along euro and pound, not say all along, euro and pound usually have a strong tendency to move together. But now I actually have a diverging view on both of them. So now, usually when I have a diverging view on currencies that move in tandem, like euro and pound, the next moment will be either I'm horribly wrong or the breakout, a really strong breakout might be coming. Yeah, so depending on what kind of trader you are, if you're a range trader, my advice is probably be a bit more conservative. If you are a trend trader, then wait for the breakout, which sometimes can be really really good run. So without further ado, let me jump into the euro. Why I am bullish on it is because if I'm looking at the euro index, look on a short-term analysis, price has just retraced to a pretty good horizontal levels. But I'm on a weekly chart, so I'm always analyzing on for my analysis is usually pretty useful for 4 hour and daily. That's what I would like to think so. So on the weekly chart we trace, you can see that it touched a very strong short-term horizontal level, which has been tested at least twice. So now you can see that last week it has given me a bullish bar. So I would say that price would, let me see, this is 116, at least a 400 point movement all the way to the top. And then next on my list is actually Aussie. Wait a minute, I made a mistake there, right? Euro, pound, euro. Oh, wait. Nah. Aussie is just No, I did not make a mistake. So Aussie is just one of those trending chart that you don't need levels to mark out. You don't need any trend line to mark out. It just has a very, very nice looking trend looking profile that goes upwards. Yeah. And the last bar that we seen from the previous week is that it gives me a very nice test bar, a rejection bar on a weekly time frame. So that means it would just now it is I would definitely say it's not a strong trending chart. That means to me when I trade on Aussie, I don't aim for those really huge R like gold. I'll probably just be a bit more conservative, 2R, 3R, 4R, and I'll get out because it doesn't really after that it will give me a pretty strong retracement. Yeah. So if you want to see what's an example of a strong trending move, just look at gold chart on any time frame. That's a crazy strong trend. Aussie doesn't give me that, but nevertheless, still a pretty strong bullish trend. Now, the third on my list, which it isn't clear that there will be a strong trend, is actually yen. Simply because this is really to me a range trading chart, but it just so happened that it's on the low of the horizontal level. Yeah, so you can see that this level has been tested several times. Break, but always when it breaks, it will come back sooner or later, a break and retest. Yeah. So on the last week, you can see that it giving me a very, very bullish close, a rejection bar followed by a bullish close on this level. Yeah. So I'm also pretty bullish on yen actually. Now Swiss is one of those chart whereby I really have no idea where it wants to go. You can see that at this level at the top, it reach it hasn't been here any once in the past. Pretty strong rejections. Now currently it's at the same level. It hasn't successfully break through for quite a few weeks. Yeah. On saying that I don't really like to trade this in this situation. So I just leave it out. It'll be one of those type where I would say I really don't know where it wants to go. Now, Kiwi, again, if you look at the past few weeks performance, it really wants to go down. So now it's given me a low test bar, a rejection bar. So our wager, I guess, is that the next 2 weeks it will be on a retracement move before it continues goes down. In such case, as a trend trader, I'd rather just stay out until it gives me a stronger bias. Cat is also one of those pair whereby if you look at it from last few weeks, it should be going downtrend. So similar to Kiwi, it just given me a low test bar. It seems that you might want to go on a retracement leg for the next 1 or 2 weeks before it continues on its momentum. Uh, I'll be staying out of Kiwi, Cat, and Swiss. Now DXY, now I do have a bullish view on it. So you can see that price. Now dollar is weakening since let me see, at the start of this year. And the weakening of it seems the strength of the weakening move seems to be fading off. What I guess is that price might strengthen a bit more to the $100 level and then get whacked down again. So a bit of patience is needed just to short dollar. And the last on my list is pound. Now this is a pretty good level to actually short pound from. So you can see that price actually breaks this level, come back for a retest. Again, this is the weekly chart. Right, so it has successfully retested this level, so I'll be waiting for the next coming week. Any opportunity, any price action that I see pound gives me, I will happily jump in and short. So as such, let's look at some of the pairs that I might be really trading. All right, so now a bit of a misleading marking. Yeah, this looks more like it. So euro and pound, now I did mention that euro is one of the pairs that I'm looking to actually long it. So, and I would say that pound I have a is on a bearish outlook. Now, on top of that, I also did say that when I have a diverging view on pairs that usually move in tandem. Now, this is a very, very beautiful range trading scenario. Yeah, I don't personally, as a 4 hour trader, I don't like to trade within the range. I'll just wait for price to actually break out, uh, and then break and retest. This is where I'll actually tend to trade it, right? So, 1 hour traders, 15 minutes traders, there might be an opportunity for you to trade here, but for trend traders, I would really advise you to actually wait for a breakout, a break and retest. Sometimes not even necessarily a retest, a retracement of sorts after a breakout, and then we can jump in. Now, euro dollar, a very classic double bottom has been imprinted. Price has already broken the previous high. Very fast, it has already retraced back to this level. So I'm just really waiting for a reversal price action. Then I'll be happy to long it. So this is a rather straightforward setup for me. Now, Aussie dollar. Now, if you look at this part, just this two parts, and compare to euro dollar, you can see that I'm hoping that you'll print something similar. Price break and retest. That's for euro dollar. So Aussie dollar, I'm waiting for the double bottom to be confirmed. I don't know whether this is a double bottom yet. It looks like it might be the initial part of a double bottom. So I'm just waiting for it to break, retest, and then I'll be happy to put in a long position. Now, pound art. So you can see that over here, uh, this chart doesn't look like it wants to go down, right? But if you zoom in on the weekly chart on the pound art, so this is what happens on the weekly chart. So you can see that on the weekly chart, it's very clear cut that price. This is the high of it. Lower high, lower high, lower high. If I zoom in a bit more, you can see that the previous bar, it looks, and I'm not saying it is, it looks as if it's a high test bar. So on the 4 hour chart, it seems that there is a climax here already. So I'm waiting for price to actually weaken and then a break and retest. So this would really be one of those time whereby I might put in a position and go for those larger risk to reward, because this would really be the initial, the first trade of a trend change if it does really happen. All right. So this is my outlook for the week ahead for the next 1 or 2 weeks. With that, I'll hand over to Alexis.